Alright guys, back at it again, and this time I got a review for the new Superman, James Gunn's Superman. Alright guys, let's get into this review for Superman, James Gunn's Superman. His new vision for DC starts with Superman. Going into this movie, I was definitely excited. I'm not the biggest Superman fan. I've actually, in my friend group, more been defined as a hater, but because I'm a Batman guy through and through. But I was so excited. There's a lot of characters in this movie that I was interested to see the direction they were going. There's a crop of new actors that some I'm not familiar with, some I am familiar with. But I was just super excited to see what direction James Gunn was going to take this in. Essentially, there's some familiar beats from other Superman movies, but this is a younger Superman as he's learning about his powers, as he's learning how to adjust, and he is going up against the public eye, and he believes saving people is the right thing. And you have the character of Lex Luthor, who's the villain in this movie, who is trying to show Superman as evil and trying to take over the world. That's the basis of the movie. But as far as the movie itself goes, I thought this movie was a lot of fun. A lot of the jokes worked. The James Gunn humor worked. There's some that didn't, but we'll get to that in a bit. I didn't love the movie, but again, we'll get to that in a bit when we get to the negatives. But I did have a lot of fun with the movie. There's a lot of humor that does work. There's several, especially Nathan Fillion killed it in this movie. A lot of his scenes, I'm not as familiar with that version of Green Lantern, but so I don't know if he's supposed to be funny or not, but he is hilarious in this movie. One of the better parts of the movie. Eddie Gathegi, who plays Mr. Terrific, is probably my favorite part of this movie, performance-wise, character-wise. I believe Mr. Terrific was in the Arrow show, not nearly as cool. Cool. The actor that played him in that show was cool, but way cooler in this movie and done really well and funny too. There's some really good one-liners. I thought Rachel Brosnahan, I probably messed that wording or the name up, but I thought she was great as Lois Lane. DC's done a great job casting Lois Lanes over the year. The only one I didn't really love was Kate Bosworth, but other than that, I thought over the years has been really good, and she does a lot of Lois Lane quirks. There's a lot of great performances in this movie. David Cornsweet, who plays Superman. I prefer, if I'm going to be honest, I prefer Henry Cavill. I prefer Man of Steel in general. I just think it's darker. It's a bit more what I'm into, with the horror background, of course. But I do think David Cornsweet fits what the Superman they're going for, the general Superman, there's a cheesiness to him, but at all costs wants to do the right thing. I think he does a really good job with it. Not my favorite performance in this movie, but I think he is very solid through and through. I would say the only performance that I wasn't like crazy about was Isabel Merced, or as Hawkgirl. She was fine. I just don't think they gave her much to do, and she almost felt like she was just there and just didn't really stand out. I wasn't a big fan of the Hawkgirl battle cry either, or whatever that was supposed to be. I thought that was a bit obnoxious, but most of the performances are really good across the board. This movie knows what it is at times and has fun with it. There are serious moments. It does a good job of, well, a mix. It does a good job of showing that Superman is considered this alien or immigrant, and and showing him adjusting to human life, even especially as becoming out as Superman. I thought it did it well, but I do think when I get to my negatives, it does hit you over the head with it a bit too much. I also really like the relationship with him and Lois Lane in this movie. I thought they did a good job of progressing that as the film went on. But yeah, go to this movie, sit down, don't be overanalyzing some of the political stuff, and just have fun with it. Like, don't be too crazy about certain things. But my negatives are some of the political stuff. I thought it was a bit jarring at times, a bit too much. This is my same issue with some of the humor. You're going to have that. There's a lot of funny moments. I think they combine, they're fine. But there are some moments where I'm like, could have been better. And then the political stuff is, like I mentioned, can be jarring at times. Like the moment where they found about Superman's parents and the message and everything, I was like, I get it, but maybe we could have toned it down a little bit and still got the same, still came across what they were trying to get across. But through and through, I mean, most of the CGI and the action scenes were good. I don't really have any negatives there. I thought they were really well done. I felt like they stole a little bit from The Flash here and there, but one other negative, some of the cheesiness, I get it's a Superman film, but it's just not really for me. That's why I preferred Man of Steel, personally, but I don't really like to compare movies in that rate, especially a movie I haven't seen enough times. But I did have fun at the movie theater, and that's the goal at the end of the day. And I am excited to have Millie Alcock in this movie as Supergirl, and I'm super excited for that movie as a Supergirl fan, especially someone that liked the TV series, at least the first couple seasons. I'm excited to see what she'll do with the character. It looks like it's a bit more of a broken character, which I do appreciate. So I'm excited to see where they go with this universe, but all in all, we do got more reviews coming up. I know you did last summer. Fantastic Four, and much more to come. And as always, guys, actually, I almost forgot. I got a letter grade. I am going to give this, I'm going to give it a B. I think it's very solid, had fun, have some issues. It is a good, solid B, in my opinion. Now I can say, see you next time, guys.